I'm Jacquie Fenske with 360 Alberta, and we are here today with Paula Pullman, who is with the Alberta Aquarium Society. Paula, you're working on some projects right now. What are they?
Absolutely. We are working on something called the Aquatic Biosphere Project. And what it is a project to bring the story of water to our region through a public conservation aquarium, an education center, and research and conservation activities.
So this is going to take a lot of money. Are you started fundraising, or what other kinds of things do you have going to generate the interest?
We have a number of things going. This is a huge project, so we're not stopping on just one thing. We're going to have to lean on a number of different platforms. Funding is going to have to come from a number of different areas, including government, private and public sponsorships, private donations, corporate sponsorships, all that sort of thing, as well as activities that we're doing, programming and fundraising, or not fundraising, but programming that are somewhat revenue generating as well. For example, we are getting ready to start doing some education programming this spring and summer, where if you have a day camp or you're running a week-long camp and you're looking for an extra activity in an afternoon, we'll bring out our biologists and our students to come out, and they're going to help you walk through with your kids through water, through mud, find bugs, find frogs, whatever we can find, and get the kids out and having a great time and learning about our environment and the things that are going around in the area. So that's just one example of something we've got going right now. We also have some research things going on, projects, and while we're doing all that, we're getting ready to get our capital campaign going as well.
One of the things that I'm sure you've been asked many times is an aquarium in Alberta. Perhaps you could comment on that.
Well, what perfect place else is there for an aquarium? I'm sorry. People that live along the coastline, they get to see that all the time. People inland, we don't get to see that. And if anything, this is a more important place to tell this story, to help make those distant connections with water. So it's not just our own water systems, but it's how our water systems here are actually part of the whole global hydrological cycle. And how that connects to what goes on here, happens around the world and back again. So this is a very important part of that story of water that we're wanting to tell, and how we have our own origin story right here in Alberta, and how it starts here in the mountains through glaciers, and how it melts and goes through the prairies, and what all the different ecosystems that it touches in the animals, how it goes out to the Arctic, out to the Atlantic Ocean, and then around the world following all the global currents, touching all these fantastic places and neat animals till it comes back to the Pacific Ocean and back to BC, where it turns into snow and comes back to the ice fields. So it's a beautiful loop, and it starts right here, which is incredibly exciting.
Now, you are out and about in a few places. Where could people find you if they want to see you in person and chat with you?
Absolutely. We are going to be at the Sherwood Park Chamber of Commerce trade show. That's coming up April 13, 14, I believe is the dates, and it's at Millennium Place. So April 14th, which is a Sunday, we will be there as part of an environmental exhibits for families. So you're going to get to come out and interact with a number of different conservation organizations, and we'll be one of them. And we're hoping that we're going to be able to get our really popular river critters display set up and running. If the thaw cooperates, we're going to be out collecting bugs and larvae, and you can see what's actually living in our water systems right now as the snow melts. It's really quite cool.
I'm sure you're always looking for extra volunteers and board members. How would they get in touch with you and let you know that they'd be interested?
We have a website, aquaticbiosphere.ca. We are also having a number of different volunteer meetings and outings where we can get together just as a group of volunteers and have a lot of fun. Our group is growing steadily, and we're having a lot of fun with it.
So you can tell that Paula is passionate about the Alberta Aquarium Association and its projects. And if you'd like to get involved, you should get in touch with her. I'm Jacquie Fenske with 360 Alberta, and we're talking aquariums in Alberta.